everyone, welcome to Taff Rocks HQ. I'm here today to show you the very basics if you've never painted a rock before. I have rocks, brushes, I've got a thin one and I've got a broad tip one. I've got some paints. I'll be using red and white today, but you can use whatever colours you want. I have a palette. If you don't have a palette, you can use a paper plate or an old saucer that you're never going to use for food again. Water, a cloth, it can be wet or dry, and your apron. The only thing I don't have today is my voice, and I apologise in advance for that. See you in a minute. So the first thing you're going to need to do is, with your pencil, sketch out your design. I'm going to do a simple heart today, and because I know you won't be able to see what I've drawn, I'm going to use a white paint pen. You don't need to use a white paint pen, but as I said earlier, this is just so you can see what I'm drawing. And hopefully you can see that. Now with my fine brush, I'm going to go around the outline of the heart that I've drawn. I'm going to do it in white as an undercoat. I'm doing this really quickly and quite rough, but you can take plenty of time doing yours. You might find, depending on how dark your rock is, that you'll need more than one base coat. It's always good to have a really good base because it can help your colours to pop. If you put a lighter colour on your rock without a base, you'll find that it can be quite dark. So there's my little heart, and we'll be back when it's dry. Now that our base colour is dry, I'm going to paint it in red. This is my personal preference. I want to use this brush because it's nice and straight on the sides. I can get right down into the corners and make a nice point at the end of my love heart. Oh, I've got a spider crawling over my desk. Oh, joy. This is what happens when you've got your little craft shack in your shed. The beastie's moving. And there we go. Take a moment just to touch up a few edges. And basically, there's your love heart. I will show you how to pretty it up a little bit, but I gotta wait for it to dry first. See you in a sec. So our little love heart is dry, but it does look a little bit boring. So I'm just going to show you just an idea of what you could do to pretty it up just a little bit. What I have here is my broad paintbrush. I'm only using this one because I like this end. I've got some white paint in my palette, which I've added the tiniest little bit of water to, and I'm going to put little dots around the edges. There we have it. a nice simple little rock. Now normally in our workshops we'd seal these so whoever painted them can share them out in the community where they would last just a little bit longer, but these are done with acrylic so they don't need sealing at all. Once they totally dry they are water resistant although not waterproof. Once it is completely dry, what you can do, what we do in our workshops, is to write a sharing statement on the back, which simply says, please share a photo on our Facebook group, Taff Rocks, or whichever group that you're from, then rehide or keep. And that's it. This is my fab little Donald Duck one I done a while back. But there you have it. There is your little love heart. Well, I've enjoyed making a mess. I've enjoyed making this video. It was a bit frustrating. It's the very first one I've ever made, so it can only get better from here, I'm pretty sure. When you get better at your painting and the more you do it, the better you can get, trust me. You can create things like some cool beans. This one's called a Fumblebee. This one's my favourite. This is a landscape I did of a bridge near us. That's Pontypridd. And if you think that's a bit too complicated for you right now, instead of a love heart, why not create a gorgeous rainbow? Find a big rock in your garden, draw your rainbow and just paint away. There's a colour palette available that will help you mix your paints. I'll put a link to that in the description box below. Also, down below, I'll put a link to the tutorial for our positivity rocks and a couple of other interesting links as well for our website, our Facebook page, our Facebook group, and whatever else I think you might find interesting. Now, just before I go, I have to say thank you for joining me. Thank you for your fabulous support. And thank you also if you give us a thumbs up. If you subscribe, I'm pretty sure we're going to come up with better videos than this in the future. And you know, there's a little notification bell there. If you click on that, then YouTube will let you know when we've got a new video. So until next time, catch you later.